All right, hello, and welcome to the Game Fanatics podcast. My name is Ben, and today I'm joined by Jeff
Hello.
and Joel,
What's up, everybody?
super special, secret, hidden, surprise guest,
Hooah.
all the way from the internet, from
Yeah.
Turtle Town, Ninja Turtle Town, and we're back again to talk about Destiny. Now, hopefully, with someone who knows that the game has guns in it and equipment, which are things I learned 30 minutes ago. That's not true. I knew it had equipment. But I'm very clueless. As I said, I don't know. It's kind of one of the things I went on media blackout for, even though I wasn't intending on buying the game. But I'm very interested now after watching all these trailers and hearing you, Jeff, talk about it. And I know, Joel, you're also a huge fan.
Yeah, I've been playing the crap out of it since alpha, and it's won me over just in the beta. I mean, after playing the alpha, I was like, okay, I can wait till it's out. I'm not too worried about buying it. Got my beta code, jumped in, and I'm addicted to this game now. It's pretty terrible.
That's pretty good that it's just the beta, and it's like, no, this needs to happen today.
I need it. Yeah, it's the just thinking of those 2 days of that it was going to be down for maintenance was pretty dreadful. I mean, I think I turned my PS4 on the first day and I was like, okay, I can't play Destiny. I'm turning this off.
You're just like,
There's nothing else.
Did the sun not rise this morning? What's happened? This is clearly
It was pretty
the end.
sad. It was pretty sad. I don't think I've ever been this addicted to a game since way back in my MMO days.
So that's pretty high regard or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So have you been mostly playing PvE, PvP? How does that whole relationship work between the two?
I definitely prefer PvE. Just because I'm all right at Crucible, which is the PvP, and I know you gotta have a good team to really win those matches, and
Yeah.
I feel like I drag them down, so I like to jump out of that, get into PvE, and that's where I really feel like I rock. It's just so much, so many cool missions, and like the what's it called? Devil's Lair is this strike. I think it's strike or strike zone. And there's 3 really difficult bosses in it, and that's just been really fun to play over and over again.
Is it like the same thing with MMO where you're gonna replay this dungeon or instance or whatever and get loot and just do it for loot and experience?
Yeah, I've gotten a few different pieces from like of equipment and guns and stuff like that from doing the mission over and over again. Nothing that I could actually use because I'm kind of maxed out. The level cap's 8, and I'm starting to get all this level 9 gear, and so it's just kind of sitting in my inventory. But there's still a chance I could get a better gun for my level 8. So you keep going. It's just fun. I mean, I've played it with a few different people, and it's just fun to run in there and watch people get destroyed while you kind of know what's going on, and just sit there and laugh as their body goes flying across your screen.
So you're just watching everyone in this world die.
You know what's sad is because I play with 2 different groups of people. One is my cousin and my friend from California, who I grew up with, and then my 2 were coworkers. And always in those groups, one of the guys has no idea what's going on. So it's always fun to just watch the chaos. Like me and the other guy are chatting on PS4, and we're just like, oh my god, he's going for it again. Get out of the way. It's going to shoot you down, and he's gone. Okay. Revive him. I'll cover you.
So what difficulty have you been playing on? I haven't tried anything on hard yet. I just played through the available missions on normal, and I felt like it was a really good balance of difficulty.
You know, if you're playing solo, normal's going to be the way to go. I started I think my warlock's at level 4, and I decided, hey, I'm pretty good at this game. I'm going to jump into hard mode and do my next mission. And the final boss in that mission was really hard. I probably died about 3 times, and finally I was like, okay, I need some help. So I think once you start getting a fire team together, that's when you want to boost up that difficulty. It makes it a little more challenging, a little more fun.
Cool. Yeah. During some missions, they particularly the one where you had to go around and kill all these fallen so you could get the ghosts they were holding. I did have some people populating my world. We were all running around, killing these fallen to try and get the mission objective. No one was really joining my fire team. Do you have to like send requests to other people to form your fire team?
From what I've seen, I haven't seen a way to click on a player and
Yeah.
invite them just directly.
Okay, so
Um,
it's a more organic thing of just you walk around, meet a guy, and then you two might start working together. If
yeah,
it's just a random chance encounter. I know you've been playing with some friends.
yeah. I mean, the only time I've gotten someone to go into the actual boss battles with me is by inviting them to my fire team for my friends list. Um,
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna make it a little bit easier to just invite people that are in your lobby or in your world.
Or just right
Right.
next to you in front of like the instance.
Yeah, the guy that's been covering my ass the whole time.
That's interesting that it doesn't already have that. That would be like really helpful for something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Something I did notice when I was doing the mission where you had to find those fallen ghosts. It didn't really scale the number of enemies to how many people I had in that particular game.
Yeah, I
So
don't feel
like
like it does.
yeah, so there were like 6 guys on like 2 fallen, and no one was getting the objective done because all these people were just crowding.
I've seen some balancing issues with spawning in general.
Yeah.
There was this one spot in Devil's Lair that we were kind of cornered and just kind of getting destroyed by the constant respawn of this. And it could have been a glitch. I mean, every time we would kill the final fallen, it would respawn right away. They'd start running in from like the back corner of the little building, and we'd be in battle again. And it's just like, oh my gosh, we just got to skip these guys and get to the boss. So we ended up skipping them because it's just constant. I mean, we were running out of ammo, and it was just it was getting kind of boring. We're just like, oh my god, come on, another group, get me out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing game, amazing game.
Okay, so convince me to buy a PS4 for this game.
Oh man.
There you go. Tough question.
Well, I think the main, so just in general, PS4, PS3. I mean, I love my PS3. I've got so many PS Plus games downloaded onto it. I love being able to just kind of go through my library, choose what I want to play, and click on it instead of having to switch out of a disc. Where same thing with PS4. I've purchased most of my games digitally, but just jumping in and out from, like, let's say I want to go check my messages or check my friends list. It's such a quick hit to your home button over to your friends list or any other things you want to check. It's so fluid and fast, especially when you play something like Destiny and you're like, going between teams or just in general checking other stuff. It's very fluid, and I think, I mean, I don't know how it runs on PS3, but I imagine it's going to run smoother just in general on PS4, and the graphics are going to be better.
Yeah, and I'll step in. I've been playing on PS3, and the game looks good. Like it's been at a stable frame rate, aside from a few hiccups I've had. I would when I get the game with the full version, I'm gonna do it with the PS4 because, Bungie has said that they're gonna try and turn this into a franchise, and that your character is gonna be consistent. Your character's gonna be constant throughout the entire series, and I think just even the first game is gonna have more legs on the newer systems. And what's more, those better lighting effects, the stabler frame rate, and just the PS4 controller so much better.
Yeah. I love the feel of the remote. It's so much.
Yeah,
It's the coolest
DualShock
remote I've
4
ever
is
played with.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a great controller.
Yeah. It's to the point where I think we're getting so spoiled with the new tech. Like I tried playing on my PS3 about a week ago, and just quitting out of one game to go into another, it maybe took a minute or two, and I was already sitting there going, okay, I'm going to go turn on the PS4. This is getting ridiculous.
I can't take this.
Yeah, I can't take this.
What is this, 2006? I can't do this.
It's pretty bad. I feel terrible. I love my PS3. I have it in my son's room now, and he just plays Minecraft on it. But I'll go in there and sneak in and start playing some Borderlands 2 or some Tomb Raider. So definitely have my moments where I go back to it and say hello, but then it's all PS4. All PS4.
It's like you're cheating on somebody. You gotta sneak into this room. My little PS3. I've missed you. But I don't want to see you every day.
I wish I had something to compare it to, but it would probably just sound nuts.
You're the Don Draper of video games over here.
Yeah. All right. That's
Probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
yeah. That's probably not a good thing.
I've only watched like 8 episodes. It's not a good thing.
Oh, of Mad Men?
Of Mad Men, yeah.
Is that from season 1 or just like random episodes?
Season 1. No, Joe,
Oh.
I'm watching random.
No, okay. I was gonna say that'd be really hard.
Couple for
It doesn't really change that much, but yeah, I love that show. Good show.
Yeah, it's a really good show. Anyway,
So yeah, Joel, you've talked about just how much you've really loved the game. Bungie has such a good handle on what makes satisfying gunplay in a game, and their grenades are really fantastic. I love using the shotgun. I've been using a warlock, and that shotgun is so handy. Even the melee attack even is just so satisfying. It really just kind of it feels more Halo-y where you have this really punchy melee attack. It feels effective and useful. It's just quick. You have the one button always there. It's what it's going to be R1 on PS4. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're bringing that from like Halo Reach, where it was right bumper on the default control scheme.
Yeah, I mean, the mechanics they put in the game are just incredible. I mean, it's probably one of the best shooters I've ever played, and that comes from playing Call of Duty constantly and Battlefield and Killzone. I mean, just all these games I've played on the PS4, going to Destiny and being able to jump into it and already know the controller scheme on it. But grenades, like you don't run out of grenades. It's so awesome. It does have to refresh, but it's still such an awesome tool to have.
Right, and I did see one skill where we mentioned this last episode where like melee kills like can recharge your grenades faster, or things like that. Yeah, like the skills are really cool. Can you talk about some of the later skills you get in the beta, or some of the more interesting ones you've seen?
Yeah, like I play as a hunter, and I really liked Warlock at first, but then I played as a hunter, and it felt more. Gosh, I'm trying to think of the word. I like the frag grenade more of it because it feels a little like, to me, it does more damage. One thing that's cool is you can upgrade that grenade to where instead of it exploding, it shoots out these little drones, and then they kind of just hunt down any enemy that's around you. So it's pretty cool. Like you throw it, and if there's somebody, like a few guys right there, it kind of just shoots out about 12 drones, and they just go after anybody that's near them. And then you upgrade your jump, so you get better like double jumps and the hovering jump. And then your armor upgrades, and it gives you, just like you were saying, if you get a melee kill, it refreshes your grenade faster. Your armor does that as well, and it also even increases the speed of your reload and your like the damage that you make, like that you cause. So it's pretty cool. I hate that the limit's only 8 levels, because I can see all these other skills that you can upgrade to, and I kind of hover over them to see if it tells me about it. And there's some really cool ones. I can't wait to see just what, because for like the hunter class, the secondary class you can get to later on, like I think at level 15, is called Blade Dancer. I have no idea what that is, but I can't wait.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not about just dancing.
It's not the dance command.
You just get better dance moves.
Just dance more effectively.
Yeah.
What else would you want?
With blades. They give you swords and you just dance better.
Exactly. Well, talking about the skills, I asked Jeff and he wasn't quite sure. They're little circles, and the circles aren't filled all the way. Do the skills like level up independently?
I think it's certain skills that you use that cause it to level up. I haven't really because I've played because you can even just play in a Crucible match in the PvP war zones, and it'll also level up those skills. So I think it just depends on how you use them and what kind of kills you're getting. Because when you look at your like at the end of your mission and at the end of the matches, you'll see something that just says kills and precise kills and ability kills. I think those all have to coincide with what you're leveling.
Okay, I think I understand that.
Yeah. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that.
You're supposed to be the expert.
I could never be confident enough to be an expert in anything. Sadly. I probably know everything about it, but I'm not sure.
Good answer.
Yeah. Don't quote me on it. But one thing I do got to say about Destiny that's made it just such a cool game for everybody that I see on my friends list. I mean, I've never seen this many people on my friends list in a game before. It's really cool to see everybody jump in. I mean, this game can suck in just about anybody. My cousin, who's the last game that I played with him was City of Heroes way back in the day,
Oh, wow.
and that's who I play. I play with him and our friend that we grew up with, and we loved City of Heroes. And we haven't had a game bring us together like this since then. And Destiny's been that game, and so it's just been fun to get back in there with them and really just have fun. I mean, my cousin does not like shooters at all. He's the last person that I would ever think of playing a shooter, and he is addicted to it. It's crazy. So big ups to Bungie for creating such a cool game. I mean, it's from the music at the intro to just the game itself. It's they've done really good. I'm impressed.
Yeah, we talked about this a little last episode where Bungie is just really great at creating this rich, diverse sci-fi universe with a really interesting, fresh, take on a story. Or, the thing with the Traveler and human prosperity in the darkness. Like, that all sounds like really big, high-concept stuff, and we know through their Halo series that Bungie can follow through on a big idea concept like that.
Yeah, and this is definitely a big concept.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen from the beta that the gameplay is really solid to go along with it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I'm almost speechless with how it's kind of shown up and done really well. I mean, all I see on like Facebook and Twitter and listening to other podcasts, I mean, people just love this game. I haven't heard any negative things about it. It's crazy.
Huh, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, one thing I have heard about the beta is some people don't like that it's stuck, with just old Russia. I know it's got to be with the opening of the game. They don't want to give away too much, but they're just concerned of how much traveling we're going to be able to do when the full game hits. And I do have faith in Bungie. They've earned that much trust in me, but I am interested to see where they're going to go from here.
Yeah, I've heard that what we're playing is a very old build too. So, I mean, it's probably just I've heard it's just something that they, we've played a few times. They've got it together, and I could be wrong on this. I probably heard this somewhere else too, but yeah, I heard it's kind of an old build, so that when we look at it and we're impressed with how it looks and how it plays, that the people that actually work at Bungie are probably like, wow, really? They're impressed with that? I can't wait for them to see the real game.
Yeah.
When does it come out again? It's like September 12th or something.
It's either 12th or 22nd. I'm not 100. Oh, you know what? I can use the interwebs and find out.
I hope, if it's the 12th, I'm going to be really surprised because I was guessing. 12th is a Friday, so I'm going to go with no.
Yeah.
I think it's the 9th.
Yeah.
September 9th sounds right.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. It is. That's it. That's right.
Yeah,
man.
September 9th. Yep.
It's got to be. I mean, that game's gold at this point.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they're done. They're just doing. That's why they're doing the beta now. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, they can just ride that wave all the way into the piles of money.
Yeah, I really wish it was for PC because I would be so for this. I don't want to get it on PS3. And I don't want to necessarily buy a PS4 just yet. But man.
Man, I'm actually really surprised that they weren't bringing it out on PC. You think that would be such a huge just market for them to miss out on, because I think people on PC would kill for this game.
Yeah, it seems perfect for it, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe one of these days.
Hopefully, maybe part 2.
Oh, but then I'm gonna miss all the story from part 1.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
All the wizards from the moon. I'll never know. I'll never know.
I think that line's been cut out from the alpha to the beta.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Ooh, what's that? What's going on?
Some car.
This looks like a loud motorcycle thing.
Anyway, well, is there anything else about the most exciting game of the year?
We haven't really talked about side
Gosh.
stuff. If there's much.
Oh yeah,
that you-
Yeah, I would like to know.
like side missions or just like
Yeah, like side missions, side objectives. I know there was like just smaller things I could do where I could pick up a particular recording during a mission, bring it to a guy on the tower, and he would let me redeem that for a weapon. But are there more fleshed out, more interesting side things like that you've seen so far?
I've had a good time with the random events that kind of just pop up out of nowhere. You'll be just kind of running through your mission, and suddenly there's just an event going down, and you can all like anybody in that area can jump in and try to do it. That's been really fun because it almost feels really random because there's sometimes I run through the whole mission and don't hear anything about an event, but then I'll go in to play that mission again, and there it is. And there's a lot of hidden like old ghosts that you can find that you can kind of revive and listen to. I found a lot of those. I've probably found about 20, I think. I don't know. Trying to think what else. There's loot crates you can find. I mean, they're everywhere and they just kind of pop up out of nowhere too.
Right.
So I mean, other than that, I mean the little side missions. So those there's like these little they almost look like garden lamps that just kind of stick out of the ground and flash green.
Yeah, those beacons that you were talking about, Ben.
Yeah,
Right.
you know,
yeah.
I actually played a lot of those during the alpha, but I haven't played as many during the beta. I don't know if maybe I just need to go back after completing a mission and just kind of wander, but I haven't really had a chance to do many of those. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure what I did differently.
Yeah. How does that work, by the way? You just kind of go up to the beacon, hold down square, and then you get an objective. Like, what kind of objectives do they give you?
They'll just give you some like collect dust from this type of enemy, so you got to kill that enemy like 10 or 15 times just to get it. So kind of like regular MMO missions where you have to fetch some stuff and then turn it in. But what's weird is you can only really have. It seems like you can only have one mission active at a time. Like you can't, like for example, on World of Warcraft, you can run around and just collect tons of quests. You can't really do that on Destiny. It seems like you can only have either the main objective and then a side mission. So hopefully they kind of change that because I think that'll make it less of a fetch quest feeling. I mean, I'm not running back and forth for just one thing. So hopefully they open that up a little bit more. Maybe and they probably will because with the level cap, I'm sure they just don't want us to get to level 8 as quickly.
Yeah, and I forget what MMO it was, but it only allowed you to have like 6 quests at a time. And I remember citing that as like one of the reasons why I stopped playing. Like, I need more quests. Like, stop. I don't want to
multitasker.
like. Well, I don't want to run back to town and get this one quest hours later. Like, just give it to me now, and I'll do it when I get to it. So, I mean, one quest at a time is kind of weird.
Yeah, and that's probably the thing I didn't like about the side quests is, you'll work your way through these corridors of this building to get all the way to this open area. You'll grab the side mission. It takes you all the way back through where you just came from, and then complete the mission. And then you're like, all right, well, I know there's more beacons out there. I better run back. So you're running back and forth through the same corridor, having to kill the same enemies, and then you finally get to your second beacon. You're like, all right, I'm getting tired of this. I don't want to run back into that same building again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's odd because Destiny has been really good about just like pretty much giving you what you want, when you want it. Like on the tower, you can go to your ship at any time instead of having to run back to a docking bay like in Mass Effect.
Yeah, I love that.
If you want your Sparrow in the game, you can just pull out your Ghost and call your Sparrow, and suddenly you're on a vehicle. And even the weapon switching, you just pause and you're looking right at your equipment menu. You can just cursor over, pick whichever gun you want, and jump right back in the game.
Yeah, they've made that very convenient, and yeah, I mean it's so quick. I mean it's such a quick transition to just do stuff like that, like change your gear, and you can even actually, like for example, like with the hunter, you have that grenade that sends the drones, but then you can also go to your regular frag grenade. You can switch that up at the same time as well, just by going into your menu.
Really cool. Yeah, it's just odd that this game that seems to be so focused around just ease of access, ease of use, and streamlining things, that you would have to go through this archaic system of running back to the same field to find one more beacon, just to do another side mission.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the one good thing is you don't have to run back to that same beacon to like turn in your quest. It just kind of completes.
Right.
So I guess that's kind of the benefit to that. But yeah, I think it was just this one area. I was so tired of going back and forth through this one area, and I had to go probably through it about 5 times while I was doing two different like the two side missions. I was like, oh my god, come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
Huh.
Now, I mean, and we're really splitting hairs here. I mean, this game is so fun. I mean, there's really not. I mean, that's a little thing that I don't even not like it. It's just kind of bugs me.
Yeah,
Other than that, I love everything else.
We criticize it because we love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just have to find something to criticize, so we got to do it. Can't go without it.
Yeah.
So you played, Jeff. You played some of the Crucible, right? Some PvP matches.
Yeah, I played just one or two of the PvP matches. It did feel really good. My team was getting dominated by the other guys. I was trying to hold my own, but I'm not all that great at competitive stuff anyway.
Do you play like online shooters?
Not very often. Like, I might pull out a bot match in Black Ops 2 or kill some mercenary occasionally. That's about as far as I get with a death match.
Like I felt like in Call of Duty every now and then I'll have a good match, but usually
Yeah.
I'm 6 kills and like 18 deaths.
Oh yeah, that's
So I'm
the same for
terrible.
me. I'll get lucky occasionally and be able to get a few shots in. Yeah, it's like it is definitely fun though.
It is
Like,
definitely.
just moving around and shooting in this game is so satisfying.
Yeah.
And, even if you're getting gunned down in a few hits, because they can't really do that single player, or else when you're faced up against like 8 enemies at a time, how are you going to get through that? Just the balance between the two different game modes feels really good, and
Yeah,
even
it's fun.
even when I'm getting destroyed in multiplayer. I keep calling it multiplayer, even though the entire game is. I need to get with it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and
competitive.
I brought up that same point to one of my friends. I was like, well, I wonder why they call it PvP. I mean, it's just multiplayer. But
Yeah.
then I think because it's an MMO, they have to use that terminology. So
Yeah,
because then it's just Call of Duty.
right.
They can't call it Call of Duty.
Call of Duty Destiny. They just take it over.
Yeah, we're doing this now. Call of Duty went so far into the future, it became Destiny.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the next Call of Duty.
This
Was-
Call of Duty is Titanfall, and the next one's Destiny.
Yeah. We're going way into the future.
That's what the kids like, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what they like this year?
Someone help me. Tell me what to make. Oh man. Well, I think it looks really good. Suspiciously good. They did a fantastic job with having the beta or the alpha right after E3 to really just take over any video game buzz that was left.
Yeah, I mean that was like a month ago or a little over a month ago that they actually about a month that they had the beta or the alpha.
Mhm.
So it's almost like they didn't want to let that like the buzz for that game die down at all. They're just like, all right, hey, guess what, guys? Here's the beta now.
Yeah, here's the beta, and in 2-3 weeks, here's the alpha, and
They couldn't even go 2 days of maintenance. I mean, they had a day and a half of maintenance. They're like, get back in there, please. Get back in there. Here you go, Xbox. Get in there.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
People are freaking out. Didn't Bungie's site crash?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, I use the Destiny app on my phone. Just those that day at work that I couldn't play, I was having withdrawals, and I was like, I'm gonna look at my hunter again. So I pull it up on my phone and it won't pull up, and I'm like, what's happening here?
Like,
What is happening?
not again. Load.
When they first launched the beta, some people were trying to get in there and redeem their codes. That Bungie.net was down, and so was PSN. It had some connection errors.
Yeah, and I didn't experience any of those. I guess I think that happened probably in the afternoon or kind of towards the morning because I usually only play at night, and that's when it's always run really smooth for me. So lucky me.
Lucky,
Yeah.
good for you. Joel. Good for you.
Yeah, take that, suckers.
Are there any final Destiny things here?
I'm sure Joel and I could find tiny things to talk about all night. with
I
this
know.
game.
Let's talk about this
'Cause, like-
blade of grass. I don't think the reflections were very good on this grass.
Yeah.
There.
There's dragonflies in the game. Have you noticed that?
Ooh.
That must be that must be a PS4 thing. I haven't seen much of that.
I need
Actually, I need to go back.
the power of next gen to make these dragonflies.
I think when I saw it, because I was standing there, I think I was texting my friend, and then I see the little dragonflies just kind of buzzing in my screen. I was like, no way, dragonflies, awesome.
Yeah, I guess one other thing, I was surprised at just how much Bungie embraced, the modern shooter design conventions with, they've done aim down sights, they've got, the skills going on, like they've really embraced, the RPG-ness that's been going on in games like Borderlands and the Call of Duty multiplayer. They even have like the slide going on that I first saw in something like Medal of Honor, the one from 2009, 2010, and that was in Call of Duty Ghosts as well. Like, have you gotten that, Joel, where you're sprinting and you hit crouch and then you slide a little bit?
Yeah, that's comes straight out of Call of Duty. I think I use it very often, especially when you have to. I'm trying to remember what the enemy's called, but it's like this giant spider bot, and it's a one-shot kill. So I will run and slide, revive my partner, and then jump right back up and slide back into my little area. That's the thing, is the game flows so well. The gameplay's awesome. I mean, you may not have the grabbing onto walls from Titanfall, but you got this this run and slide feature that it's fun. I mean, you can get some good shots into. You could run and slide and shoot your enemy until he's dead, and it looks really cool. It's the shooting is solid. I mean, the mechanics on aiming down the sight, shooting, reloading. It's. I mean, I feel like they really took a lot from games like Call of Duty and Halo and just really put the best of all those features into one game.
Awesome.
The super game.
The super game.
All right. Well, instead of just talking about Destiny for another half hour, we're just gonna end the end the podcast. But in case we missed some little tiny piece of Destiny information, you can leave a comment on the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I keep forgetting to tell people to do that, even though we're moving.
Just in case anyone out there sees lightning bugs in addition to dragonflies,
Yes.
for instance.
Please let me know how many bugs are in the game.
Let me know so I can take many pictures of them.
PS4 share.
Yeah, guess we're sharing.
You can also email us, podcast@thegamefanatics.com. You can follow me on Twitter at TGF_KirbyLink. Jeff is on Twitter.
TGF_JSmith.
And super special guest Joel's on Twitter.
I'm at the Joelness.
Always and forever.
Always.
Merry Christmas.